What up, guys? Over here at DNA Slithers and Critters, just wanted to show you how we heat our rooms. I know some people are saying, Aaron, why don't you use heat panels? That's going to be the best. Well, when you have a vast collection like I do, you want to heat everything. I don't want thermostats failing. I don't want to have to worry about, a probe being knocked loose. I've had some bad incidents where I almost cooked a couple reptiles. This Inkbird system is amazing. It gives you notifications on when your system is offline. If it gets too hot, too cool, you can calibrate the system. You can go onto your phone and show you. It has Wi-Fi capabilities, but what's amazing about this is literally from my phone I can check anytime. And I actually have a backup system to make sure that this system isn't the only one that I rely on. So how I have it right now, it's heating up because this is the middle of the day, so I want that temperature swing so that way they can really, cook the food or break down the food that's inside of them. They don't have to get too cold and worry about regurgitating because they weren't thermal regulating throughout the day. They're actually getting that swing in temperature. I have been doing this system for over a year now. I started using these thermometer controls lately and over the last 2 months, 3 months, and I've just been totally satisfied with them. I've used other models but not the Wi-Fi capability. Inkbird, they work great. They're about 50 bucks. I have 3 of them running in my rooms, but literally what's nice about them is I have my fan right here with the probe running on the unit right here, so it's pulling the air through there. It's actually reading it. When it gets too hot or too cold, this will actually kick on. But now, because it is cooler times, I am able to avoid using the expensive cost of a swamp cooler or AC. And during the day, obviously, even if it heats up to 80, I'm still heating it up to 87 in here or 88. So it doesn't matter that I have to have cold air blowing out through this. But by the time it does needed, I just literally go on my phone, but I'm showing you on here. Just go in, set it to 82 at the end of the day, and voila. So what I do is I have that running to a window, and it literally is gonna, at that point, bring air in that's cooler and to cool down the room. It takes momentarily time. You can already see it's actually already dropping down, and it will shut off as needed once it hits that 82. You can set the swing, so it basically will let it heat up a few degrees or drop a few degrees from what you're setting it, and then do it. But I have it set up so I'm controlling the swing, and I have one right there. And then you go back in here into my other room. I actually have insulated ducting because it's running through the room. I had it right by the window, but with this cage coming over here, I was getting a cold draft, and I did not want that to happen. So actually, I ran it over here and have it right there, where again I have another controller, thermostats running over here, because I have monitors in this room, but I also have snakes, and the snakes are the ones that aren't obviously getting the anything but ambient air, because the monitors, they need the big heat bulbs, 130 degree basking. These are not rated for 1500 watts, so I have my unit on a 900 watts right now because I have it set on medium, so that really seems to work. Guys, this is a best system I've found so far. You could probably replace that probe with like a nice thermostat, heating and cooling Inkbird. I can't remember what my buddy uses. He uses a different system, same concept. His has a little bit more bells and whistles because he actually has to have power cords running it versus the power is delivered from the device on this. So honestly, guys, this works great. I don't have heating or cooling issues. Stays perfectly. As you can see in this one, I got it set over here to 87, and right now it's 86.5. The probe's reading right over there. I got, of course, some fans in here moving stuff around, but that is how I heat my systems. That is how I cool, or how I heat my reptiles, and how I cool my reptiles is by ambient air. I stand by it. I used to use heat pads, all that stuff. Unless my females are pregnant and I'm trying to breed them, They actually don't get heat panels just because I don't need them. I got this ambient heat. However, with the babies and egg development and the boas, I like to give them that guaranteed gradients where I will hook up their particular cage to a spider stat, or I use the ones from Reptile Basics. Seem to work great. But I hope you guys like this video. I just basically screwed these into studs. You can get all this stuff at local grow shops, or I'm sure Home Depot. But because pot's legal here in Colorado, I am able to access that. And as you can see, I just have the window open up behind there like that one is. And this is where the window's open, and it literally just screwed the board over the window, and it works great. And this is actually insulated, so if it gets cold and there's a snowstorm, I'm not going to be radiating cold air out into the room from that. So that is a big upgrade compared to the one you see in here, which doesn't have the insulation. That's running into my laundry room, which I have that same setup like that. So guys, this is my tip for you. If you're trying to jump to ambient heating, I definitely recommend the Inkbird system. I'll show you in the description, or right here, you will see that device, and you can get those on Amazon. Work great, highly recommend, guaranteed for 100,000 switches. So what I do is every 2 years I'm going in and just replacing them, because what happens is these will actually fail on to the point where it stays on, or it stays on cool and doesn't do anything else but that. And obviously at that point the device is no good. So I replace them just as a preventative care. I'm sure you could get a lot longer life out of them, but I'm not gonna sacrifice a few bucks to just try and be cheap. So peace and love, guys. I hope you like this video. Of course, we're trying to get more content out for you. Gonna be doing a tour of the complete facility. Of course, we have 2 different locations, so it will be kind of a lengthy video. You can see my Jag Motley over here, Het Purple, just cruising his cage. If I open that right now, he's gonna strike. So peace and love, guys. Have a great day.